So, I was on my For You page on YouTube, and I feel like for the last few days, I've been getting recommended videos of Sparkle propaganda because people who pulled for her want to feel better because she fell out of the meta, right? Now, do not get me wrong. I think Sparkle can for sure help an account in a good way. She's a limited harmony at the end of the day. Every limited harmony has value. However, in terms of pull value, Sparkle's pull value has plummeted to a straight up zero. Okay? It is so much worse than it used to be that I would never recommend anyone waste their pulls on a Sparkle. And even back in 2.4, before we had Sunday, I was still saying this shit, right? I was saying, please do not pull on the Sparkle rerun. Get fucking, get fucking Zhao Q for your Acheron. Get Acheron on her rerun. Get Fei Xiao or Link Shaw instead. Just don't fucking pull Sparkle, right? And some people still didn't listen to me. And back then, my comments used to be bombarded by people saying, oh, just wait until the next skill point hungry DPS comes out. However, the issue is that this argument doesn't even work anymore because now with Sunday's release, if you get him and his Lycone, he's actually more skill point positive than Sparkle. So his gimmick has nothing to do with skill points. It has to do with buffing summons and memo sprites. Yet he's more skill point positive than Sparkle if you just pull his fucking Lycone. So he gives better buffs. His kit still isn't being fully taken advantage of, and he's more skill point positive at E0S1. Absolutely bonkers, right? And I've seen a few video comparisons at this point. I see a lot of people saying that they actually perform better and they prefer E0S1 Sunday over E2 Sparkles. And in some cases, there are even YouTube videos out there showcasing an E0S1 Sunday beating out an E6 Sparkle. That is how bad this woman got power crept. Everybody was assuming, oh, in the future, with her release, this must mean that we're going to get a super skill point hungry DPS, just like Dilligan, right? But the issue now is that you cannot even use that argument anymore because Sunday with his Lycone is 100 times of a better pull, more skill point positive, better buffs, 20% crit rate passive, and he's more future proof with all the upcoming HP and summon DPSs. It's like, oh my god, she got completely power crept, whether it be action advance, buffs, her own skill point gimmick. Sunday completely replaced her in everything, right? Now, some people might say, oh, but the same applies to Bronya. The difference with Bronya is that Bronya is standard, right? Most people in this game haven't gone for Bronya on purpose, right? They haven't wasted like 90 limited pulls, or they haven't spent their Starlight on 90 standard pulls trying to get a character, right? When Sparkle first came out, she was one of, if not the most hyped Harmony in the entirety of the game, right? Everybody back then was calling her better Bronya, right? Yet the irony is that these days, there are still more people who use Bronya than there are people who use Sparkle because of the fact that there aren't many DPSs that use up all that many skill points. And so Bronya's 100% action advance is better than Sparkle's 50%. So even now, even today, a 1.x standard banner harmony is getting more use than a limited harmony from Pentagony. That is disgusting. That is gross, right? So I don't understand why people are trying to spread like this Sparkle propaganda. I mean, at the end of the day, I know people have emotional attachments to characters in these games, so maybe it makes them feel better if it feels like they didn't waste their pulls. But I'm going to be completely fucking honest with you. If you pulled Sparkle, you just wasted your pulls, man. It just is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. I wasted my pulls too on my old account. I as well pulled Sparkle. I fell for the bait. I saw all the content creators saying better Bronya. I was like, oh, this is going to be the future, right? And then because I pulled Sparkle, content creators back then were saying shit like, oh, if you pulled Sparkle, you don't need Robin. Robin isn't all that much better than Sparkle. Robin isn't even that good. And then a few patches later, we find out Robin is like the queen of Harmony, right? She ends up being meta from her release all the way up until now, right? So I know the pain of pulling for Sparkle and then being extremely fucking disappointed because of content creator propaganda. And I'm telling you now, no bullshit, never pull for Sparkle. And even if you do have Sparkle, yes, she adds some value to her account, but she is the worst. Okay, I say this with my chest. She is the worst limited harmony in the entirety of this game. Even in her best in slot team comps, you can still put Robin or Sunday instead, and the difference in performance won't be that huge, right? You can still put just Sunday and Sparkle where she would be best in slot, and especially for Dill. Her main selling point this entire time has been for Dill, yet a Sunday with a light cone is significantly better because not only is Sunday a better buffer with a better passive, but he also gives 20% energy on ult. And because he's more skill point positive than Sparkle with his light cone, you can run a combination with Wowo, who as well gives 20% energy on ult. So this team comp of Sunday Wowo is a million times better than anything Sparkle could ever do, right? So that's going to be it for the video. A bit of Sparkle slander now that we're a lot farther into the game. We should be getting V2 for My Day and Tribby in a few hours, and I might make a video on that if they've changed anything. If not, I'll probably just make a community post, right? But I just want to say, can people please just let go of their favorite characters, right? It's okay to love them, but love them for who they are and not who you want them to be, right? I love you all. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.